In the unyielding expanse of the Arctic, where snowstorms rage like untamed beasts and the biting cold seems to freeze the very air itself, there lived a creature unlike any other, Tundra, the magnificent polar horse. His shimmering white fur sparkled under the glow of the northern lights, and his powerful hooves crushed the snow beneath him with every stride. His heart was as steadfast as the glaciers that stretched endlessly across the frozen land. Tundra roamed freely with his herd, a majestic force against the vast, silent wilderness. But one day, fate turned against him. A ferocious blizzard struck, sweeping across the land with such intensity that it felt as though the very sky itself had turned to ice. When the storm finally passed, Tundra found himself trapped, his legs deep within a hidden ice crevasse. No matter how hard he struggled, the more the ice tightened around him, as if the land itself refused to let go. For days he stood there, his strength waning, as hunger and thirst gnawed at him. His herd had been forced to move on, leaving him stranded in the frozen silence. The chilling howls of Arctic wolves echoed in the distance, and the night was filled with the growls of unseen predators. Yet, amidst this darkness, something stirred in the distance, a cry, not from a wolf, but from a small creature in distress. It was a polar bear cub, stranded on a fragile sheet of ice, drifting farther away from shore and into the freezing ocean. The cub cried for his mother, but she was nowhere to be found. Tundra, despite his own pain, knew what he had to do. He couldn't allow this helpless creature to perish. Far away, a team of Arctic rescuers monitoring the aftermath of the storm picked up unusual heat signatures on their thermal drone. There, trapped in ice, was Tundra, and not far from him, the tiny cub, caught in the grip of the ocean's frigid pull. Without a second thought, the rescue team set off, racing against time. First, they reached Tundra, using heated ropes and pulleys to pull him free from his icy prison. Though exhausted, he stood tall, his will to survive burning bright. With Tundra freed, they quickly turned to the cub. The ice sheet was drifting fast, and the rescue boats couldn't reach it in time. That's when Tundra, with all the strength he had left, made an impossible leap. He galloped across the thinning ice, his hooves cutting through the freezing air, reaching the terrified cub. With a gentle bite, he grabbed the bear's fur and, using every ounce of his remaining strength, carried the cub back to safety just as the ice cracked beneath them. The rescuers, amazed by this brave act, took both Tundra and the cub back to their station, where they were given care and warmth. Weeks passed, and Tundra regained his strength, while the cub found a new mother at a wildlife sanctuary. But Tundra's journey wasn't over. The Arctic's bravest horse was ready to return to the wild. But now, a small tracking collar was placed around his neck, ensuring that, should danger strike again, help would always be within reach. And so, beneath the shimmering lights of the aurora borealis, Tundra trotted once more into the frozen wilderness, knowing that even in the heart of the coldest, most desolate places, kindness would always find a way. The rescuers, proud of their work, stand outside the enclosure. A sense of accomplishment fills the air as the team waves in solidarity, knowing their efforts have given this tundra and polar bear a second chance. Together, for wildlife, saving lives, building futures.